There's Payne Haas, Kieran Foran. He and Jaden Campbell have really put together a nice combination. Corey Oates, veteran here at the club. Mo Fotuaika has had some big games against the Broncos in the past. Well, here we go. It really is sudden death footy. It's the Gold Coast Titans and the Brisbane Broncos. The Titans looking for a season sweep over the Broncos. Broncos trying to stay alive in 2024. And Payne Haas first to carry it forward. So Brisbane, it's been a real battle of late. Of course, they were 7-4 after 11 rounds and only one win since. But they're still in it. Carrigan well handled here. Zan Verrell's up there quickly, along with Chris Randall. And this is Corey Jensen. Titans flying off their line in this opening defensive set here. Here's Reece Walsh. Nicely taken by Randall, the Titans' #1 tackler. On the last, it's Reynolds, taking a few extra steps there before putting boot to ball. Now this live wire. Kini gets his first touch of the day.
Well, what a matchup we have with the two fullbacks. You just saw Reece Walsh on play 4 inject himself in, and you got Kini, who's been exceptional the last 5 weeks. Two of the young superstars of the competition.
Walsh has been scoring them this year, in fact more than last year, but not so much with the setting up of tries. Kini really has had that jumper since round number 10 for the Gold Coast, as Des Hasler works out where he wants his key players. Now a little darting run again from Kini. 27 runs last week, and he's got a couple under his belt already here. Four. A conservative kick. Oates. Again, no Selwyn Cobbo, so we've got Oates in the 17. And now Mariner breaks one, breaks past another. This is an awesome run for Mariner. He comes away from the fullback. And now the tackle of Campbell saves it for the Gold Coast. What a start for Mariner, who looked injured at the end of last week's game.
And he had man back on the inside too. He didn't look there, back on the inside. Chose to try and take him on his own. That would have been a try.
Plenty of tackles left here, Block. And they might have just thrown one away. Haas. That's away from Randall. And not the next wave. Fermor there, so is Foran. Walsh is poised on the right side. Walters goes himself too far out from there. That will leave the Broncos just one tackle. And it goes to Carrigan. On to Reynolds. The stab. Walsh coming through. Terrific take by Brian Kelly, who somehow stays in the field of play.
Yeah, it's a great play from Brian Kelly. Showed all his experience in that one there. 2-pass kick from Reynolds. And the ability for Kelly, here's the break that we see from Mariner. Just cut right through behind the ruck. Yeah, spot on block. He had Ezra Mam just up on his hip.
Billy off the ball. Back to me.
This set is hard yakka for the Titans. Only on their 10 on tackle 3, so they spread it with 4 and going long for Sabu.
Yeah, very similar to what we saw the Dogs last week, as now they get a penalty coming out of their own end. We saw the Bulldogs last week just mandatory shift the ball coming out of their own end. Got easy yards against the Broncos.
Let's send it down to Lara Pitt on the sideline, where it must be so loud down there.
Certainly is down there, still filing in. Declared a sellout on Wednesday. 27,000 tickets issued. On track to be the biggest crowd we've had here since 2008. Conditions-wise, you could see absolutely perfect. Identical to last Saturday at Suncorp. We expected that to suit the Broncos' flair and flamboyance. Early signs for Kevy are certainly positive.
Thank you, Lara. But that penalty was expensive. They really were making the Titans work hard. But now the Titans inside Broncos territory. Fotuaika easily away from Jensen and almost to the 20 with a full set now for the Titans to work with. Verrell's out of dummy half. Their form spike has coincided with his elevation to the #9 role, the starting role. Here's Kini out of dummy half. He's almost there. Titans threatening. Verrell's. Arm knocked out by Haas. Arm chopped there.
Can't just reach in there and break it down.
And that's a penalty.
Here once again, Kini out of dummy half. Went oh so close to score against the Broncos. Payne Haas having a discussion with referee Goff. can't put your hand into the ruck and just pull away at the ball like that. Kieran.
They might think there's a little bit of weakness around
just
the
hold
middle
that,
here
Kieran,
for
wait,
the
go
Broncos.
on.
2 dummy half runs. Verrell's first, and then Kini. They went pretty close.
Well, there clearly wasn't square there, Haas. Could be an argument for a sin bin that close to the line. But it's Gold Coast knocking on the door. No thought of the 2 points. Here's Fafita with a bustling run.
Reece, let him up now. Corey,
Campbell on the left. Foran on the right. It goes to Randall, the 13. Now to Foran. Foran crafts a pass. Eventually finds Fermor. And the Broncos scurry. One good pass away there, the Titans. Now it comes infield from Jojo Fafita. Here's Fotuaker, an awesome start to the afternoon from him. This time well handled. Verrell's out now with Foran again involved. Kelly, great tackle, a heavy tackle, violent tackle from Staggs. And it's given the all clear. Last, Campbell. It's going to come down right on the try line. Up they go. It's off hands.
I've got off Brisbane.
And it's a line dropout.
Yeah, well, they'll have a look at this here, but the Broncos under assault at the moment. You're spot on. If the pass found the mark, they were scoring for all money on the right-hand side. Here's the tackle you made reference to, Staggs and Kelly. What a matchup that is. Oh, that's ugly.
We'll hear a bit more about that one.
I don't think it'll be too long before the Titans realise that Reece Walsh is parking himself in the defensive line so close to the try line before they can pick him out.
3 seconds.
So the bunker satisfied. There was no Gold Coast hand there knocking it forward. Oh! It's going to be saved, or is it? Man coming through. What a comedy of errors.
I think he
and
knocked
it's
on.
a Brisbane knock-on.
Yeah, man, just couldn't control that ball on the way down. It's a knock-on. They shouldn't challenge this. Don't.
Can you believe that?
They're not.
Quiet, captain's challenge, mate.
Well, we'll have to check
Brisbane
the catch
challenging
and
the
whether the
on-field decision of
tiptoes
a knock-on.
were in the field of play. It did seem okay.
It's an early challenge too. It's a 50-50.
What about Mo Fotuaker early with his footwork at the line? They haven't been able to put him on the ground. It's been
We
outstanding.
cleared all aspects of play in the lead-up.
So it comes down to this challenge here, and even if Kini touches it, that's back.
The ball initially comes off Ezra's hip and torso. We're playing on at this stage.
Okay, so that might have been the part they were challenging, that it actually wasn't touched with the hand. Well, what are we
Titans
gonna-
then take possession on the ground. The tackle is complete. The challenge is successful.
So,
So the challenge is successful because there's no knock on.
Yeah, but it's
Titans
Gold
take
Coast
possession,
ball.
So we tackle one with Jamin Zoloff over here. Play the ball. Yeah.
wow.
So it's a win, but
play the
not so
ball.
much a win.
Jamin with the ball.
So they keep their challenge. That's about all they get out of that. Titans ball. Big Tino and AJ Brimson have been watching on Tino all season. AJ much of it.
Up there, Corey. Cut square. Oh, wait.
So the Titans on the attack again. Kini to the line. Oh, that pass just a little ambitious. Now, was there a little touch there?
Touch.
No, it is a Gold
didn't think
Coast
so.
error, but Philip Sami is immediately appealing to his skipper to challenge.
Quiet, captain's challenge, mate.
And that's the experience there.
Titans are challenging.
Corey Oates coming in to make the tackle,
Touch
putting
off
the
them,
pressure on the
saying
passer.
ball was touched by Brisbane before it went out.
All right, so I'm sure that angle helps him.
Yeah.
Philip Sami. But they're looking at all the angles, of course. We're just seeing one picture at a time. So Oates going in,
Oh, it's off the head.
but he hasn't played at it.
Just looking to determine if the ball's been played out by Broncos.
Well, I don't think he meant the head of the ball.
No, he's always not even looking at the ball, is he?
Let him go through
The ball is passed into the head of Corey Oates. He's not playing at the ball, and the ball goes into touch. The challenge by Titans is unsuccessful.
So it touches the head, but it's a rebound, so it's not played.
Okay, Brisbane ball.
Treated that way, so that's why it's unsuccessful.
A few nerves out there, but real sense of adventure though. There's a lot of ball movement happening here.
Well, the conditions are perfect for both sides in regards to how they like to play expansive football. Kevin Walder's up and about early.
Well, their last meeting was a score-a-thon, 36-34. It was up at Suncorp. Back here,
Release now.
Jordan Ricky. Now Billy Walters. Talk about little brother versus big brother. Titans' record against the Broncos in recent times has been pretty good. Won the last 2, and even away from that sheet, games back further, they've won 5 of the last 9.
Release all the way. Go 3. Jaden.
Broncos just crossing halfway with Haas. 3 defenders needed to stop him. Out it comes for Reynolds on the 5th. Happy to go himself, but likely to take him out of the last. Walsh all the time here to set himself, and it's an end-over-end kick which gets Stags interested. Oh, that's a terrific take. Kini, his confidence is sky high right now.
Yeah, such a courageous player, Kini, isn't he? Just throws himself at the ball. Yeah, you mentioned it, Dan. Reynolds just getting caught on the 4th tackle. Handed the kicking duties over to Walsh. Didn't quite get it as long as he wanted.
Titans now. Phil Sami moved back into the centres about a month ago. Seems to have found a home there. Oh, that's another powerful run by Fotuaika. As the defence just yielded slightly. Deep one from 4 and on the last. Is it too big? No, Oates wasn't in the in-goal when he took it. He had left from the field of play. So that makes the task that much harder until the Titans give away a penalty for offside.
Yeah, just going down the short side. Kieran Foran just jumps the gun. Goes a little bit early. Seen both sides now get relieving penalties when they're coming off their own line. This time to the Broncos.
Well, the opening 10 minutes of the game, both teams just still trying to find each other out. It was a nice kick from Foran.
I can see they're still coming in here on the Gold Coast. It's a wonderful stadium. It's not the easiest to get into, but it is a wonderful venue. When it's full like this, its atmosphere is up there with the Combanks and the Amy Parks. It's fabulous here.
Hold, wait.
And the Broncos now. This carpet-like surface across halfway. Haas with an offload. Reynolds runs. And then that's a pass there. It was well captured by Piakura with Sami all over him. Here's Carrigan slipping the pass. Reynolds keeps it going. Walsh, this could be dangerous. Walsh just slips by Fafita. Then the grubber. Then the chase. Then the take. That is sensational. That is Reece Walsh at his brilliant best. He got a little sniff, and he has gone half the length of the field with a wonderful individual try. Oh, that's brilliant.
Yeah, a little bit to look at here, but this is absolutely brilliant from Reece Walsh. A couple of late offloads, one from Haas and one from Carrigan. The Titans players have said that Carrigan was holding a player down. Have a look at this. Nice little offload here. That's play on for mine. Walsh just bang off the right foot. Little kick. And the bounce sits up, and Reece Walsh, he was terrific a couple of weeks ago against the Newcastle Knights.
I reckon they're going to have a look at this. Watch Carrigan. Hangs on to one of the Titans players. They're going to call this back. It's about who's identifying who's in front of you. Welsh just looks up and he saw David Fafita there, who was really wide of the ruck, but takes him on. I don't think this will be a try. If they go back to the tackle when Carrigan offloaded the football, he hung on to one of the Titans players trying to get across where Walsh went straight through.
Well, straight away, Kieran Foran went to the referee and Sam Verrell and pleaded a case. Here it is here. The pass is gone. Verrell tries to go before Carrigan takes him down. Is it part of the tackle? That'll be the discussion.
Haven't given it yet. The referee standing there.
Yeah, just give us some info about that grab.
This is
there it is. Try confirm.
Try confirm, but they had a good long hard look at that. They really did. Perhaps the distance between where Carrigan was and where Walsh was.
So they have cleared it. They did look. Kieran, I'm just giving you the info that I've got, okay? part of that tackle is they've got tangled and gone to ground. I understand your complaint, but the information I've got given, they've looked at it and cleared it, Kieran.
I reckon he's grabbed him for all money.
I said earlier, I understand what you're saying, Kieran, but I've explained it, mate.
It's a difficult one for Kieran Foran. You heard the explanation there, because if it was the other way round and the player grabbed an attacking player, well, it's a no try.
There's the kick. There's the goal. Brisbane, off a bit of Reece Walsh brilliance, leads 6 points to 0.
And how good was it? He just identified David Fafita there, just wide of the ruck, and just backs himself straight away. Had a lot of work to do too, Walsh there. And that'll give him plenty of confidence. Have a look at him, just inside there. The grubber kick through. Look how hard he chased. Man was right on the spot. They can't make the tackle. Walsh scores.
Lara Pitt, you've got some news on Payne Haas.
Yeah, we're just being told by the Broncos he's been ruled out of this game with a foot injury. He apparently hurt his foot in the warm-up. They did some testing and cleared him to play, but clearly it's more serious than first thought. He's been unable to play on Xavier Willison into the contest.
That is enormous, Lara, and you are right. They were testing him for a while. And then he ran about 50 metres, and that got them the all clear.
That's enormous for the Brisbane Broncos, particularly in the context of where they're at now. Pat Carrigan gone back into the front row. Xavier Willison has been brought on.
Well, Wilson's done a pretty good job this year, and he started a few times as well. So he can play long stints, Xavier Willison. Looks like he might have to today. Jensen up to halfway. Walsh. With Kini. This one is tricky. Oh, not for Keanu. Kini times the jump perfectly. But now Brisbane looking a little... they've got a little bit of confidence all of a sudden.
It'll settle the nerves for the Broncos. Coming into this game, huge anticipation around the result. It'll certainly settle the nerves.
Gee, that's a big loss by Payne Haas. He's their number one front rower. Everyone plays off the back of him. Quick play the balls.
So now you can see the Broncos putting a bit of muscle into these tackles, and hard work there for Kini. This is tackle 5.
Last tackle, Ezra.
Not making it to their 40. That was strong from Pereira down low. The kick is going to be cut off easily. Oates. So Brisbane on the board first here. That, by the way, is only the second time in the last 7 weeks they have scored first, the Broncos. They've usually started slowly, and fortunately for them, it's stayed that way. Not today. Willison. Here's Jensen. Busy as always, Corey Jensen. His 4th run. Good set this. Here's Carrigan, straight and hard. Now, was that a little high? Broncos thought so. Jolliffe given the all clear. Walsh. Nothing fancy about this, but Kini having to back sets himself. Oh my goodness! Oh my God! Reece Walsh, absolutely stunning. Out jumps Kini. 2 Reece Walsh specials in the first 15 minutes. Oh, we are being treated to something special this afternoon.
Well, what a statement this man is putting on this afternoon here on the Gold Coast. Reece Walsh puts a kick up and chases himself. We saw only moments ago a grubber. This time goes aerial up over Kini and slams the ball down.
You've been confirmed, mate. You're ready to kick.
Gee, it'd be hard to blame Kini about this. Just got the full of running there. Walsh perfectly timed, chased hard, caught the ball on the full, just dives over. Look at him flat-footed there, tries to jump, but Walsh out jumps him. 2 tries to Walsh to start the game. What a brilliant player he is, coming in under pressure after last week's effort and really starting to make a statement early in this game. The opening 2 tries to the brilliant fullback for the Brisbane Broncos.
Oh, look at the determination. The catch, like we just saw, is increasingly common. Tom Trbojevic, one of those, but to kick and to come through and to catch it, it's basically Reece Walsh 12, Gold Coast 0 right now, because he's done it all himself for their 2 tries.
It's been electrifying from Reece Walsh. has done a fair bit of kicking to start this game. Great signs for the Brisbane Broncos that he is going after the contest, and what better way to do it with back-to-back tries and the emotion that you can see.
A lot of question marks this week about the Broncos and the pats on the back, the adulation, and has it softened them up? Well, Reece Walsh has come out today, and that is a very early statement and a very effective statement with 2 stunning tries.
J-Man, let him up. You go middle, hole, wait.
Crowd a little shell-shocked here. Remember, Payne Haas out of the contest.
David off the arm.
And the Titans find themselves in the same situation effectively as last week when they were down 14-0 against the Dolphins. Slow starters.
Straight up,
They hung around that day. Brisbane in full throttle at the moment as Jensen again powers downfield. Willison straight into Verrell's. Fermor down low. Another completed set for the visitors. Reynolds goes high. It's got a bit too much depth for the chasers, but see where that is caught by Pereira, and a great chase on the Broncos. The Titans stuck in their 10.
Yeah, that's a great indication for the Brisbane Broncos. Those effort areas, the kick chase you mentioned there, Dan. 10 in the line for the kick chase.
Army, they really are struggling to make meters at the moment. Not Fotuaika. He's consistently driving the Broncos defenders back. Verrell's delivering for Randall, who was the dummy half for much of the season. Now seems to have locked up that 13 jersey. A deep kick on the last from Campbell. Now the chase not bad. Oh, that was Brian Kelly pouring down and just making Jesse Arthurs a touch nervous. In the end, a tidy enough catch. A good response from the Titans there. Jesse Arthurs, who played at the Gold Coast. It all started for him 2019 in first grade here. Oates. It's a beautiful day here on the Gold Coast. Low 20s. You see the sun shining.
He's been unbelievable, Carrigan, to start the game. No Haas now has taken it upon himself to take on this Titans pack.
Now that one had a little bit of spin on it there from Reynolds. Kini does well.
Yeah, nicely handled, wasn't it, from Kini? Very patient. It just got away from him.
Surrender. Up now on the left. Hold, punt.
So 2 tries to Reece Walsh. One, a long-range grubber effort. Now, Arthurs might have got a little touch there.
First touch, Brisbane.
And that is the way that's going to be ruled.
Just as well that Arthurs did get a touch. How often have we seen Pereira in the open so quick?
On the 20. On the 20 here, guys.
So, watch this
Let's start the
replay.
form up here, guys. Here we come.
Pretty clear touch there. That was an all-or-nothing play. If Arthurs holds on, it
10
might have been
seconds,
hard to
guys.
run down.
Heads in. Get in there, Sam. That's it, Reece. Head out for us. Thanks, mate. Stay in, clock
the
off.
Titans
Stay in,
here.
Pat. Ball in.
Feeding this scrum as we approach the midway point of this first half.
All the way.
So the news, Payne Haas with a foot injury out of the game, suffered during the warm-up. More on that shortly.
Go to on the mark, Aaron. Don't drop forward.
Aaron Clark in the game now.
Now, John, release.
Pulling up by Randall. Trying to coax a penalty there. Not coming. Clark at the line. The pass to Foran. Hello, Kini. Beautiful hand. Sami Fafita down the sideline. Jojo Fafita. And then he's balked out of it. But he still gets the pass on and the Titans score. Kini is over. An electrifying try. Reece Walsh jumping like Superman. He almost put Jojo Fafita off. But Fafita holds his nerve and Kini gets a much-needed 4-pointer.
Well, what an opening to this game we're seeing from some of the young superstars. First it was Walsh for the Broncos, back-to-back tries. Now Kini exposing the right edge. Have a look at this. Out the back, deep into the line from Kieran Foran. Where's a whack from Pereira? Beautiful hands out on that right edge. Fafita does great to get back to his feet and find Kini back on the inside. And the crowd, they are up and about. The Titans hit back.
Well, I mentioned last week how passive the defence here was of the Brisbane Broncos. They did exactly the same thing there from the middle third of the field. They spread the ball to the right-hand side. Just have a look at the way they backed off there, the Broncos. They invited the catch and pass on the outside, and Kini stays alive back on the inside for Harvey Norman. What a great try here. Walsh did his best, just flew out of the line like Superman. They stay on their feet.
He's lucky that foot didn't connect with Fafita. Reece Walsh, you said Superman. He just got him with the dummy back on the inside.
Well, also Fafita's lucky he got up, because that could have been one of the great bomb tries. But no, he got it. He got the pass away. Titans this year, not just last week, 3 times this year have overcome a 12-point deficit to win. That kick would have helped, but it's 12 points to 4, Broncos over the Titans.
The game is in great hands at the moment. Have a look at this, back on the inside. Fafita, yeah, the leg comes out from Walsh. Did it make contact? I don't think so. Reece Walsh and Keanu Kini.
All right, let's go down to you. Lara Pitt, what have you got on Payne Haas?
Just an update on that foot injury. The club is saying they're fearful it could be a Liz Frank, which, if we know it's serious, it could mean season over for Payne.
Oh, that is a calamity. Thank you, Lara. That is just dreadful news. Oh, that's a poor effort from Dave Fafita. What has happened there? Can't blame the sun. It was on the other side.
It's a scrum. Adam.
Straight through the breadbasket here, Dave Fafita.
Clock's on. Scrum in the middle.
This is a classic case of thinking about his next role before he gets the ball.
By the way, you saw on the graphic, Brendan Piakura on report. That's for a late shot on Kieran Foran in the lead up to that try.
No, years gone by, that might have rattled him. I don't think this season now. I think he's been outstanding. One mistake. I'm going to watch the next couple of sets to see how he tries to make up for it.
Well, Brisbane here, we've got 3 on the left, 2 on the right. Walsh now making up 3 on the right. Oh, his pass is put down. Staggs drops it with defenders in his face. Oh, Brisbane try to do it on the first play.
Scrum's on, middle.
You see Kevin Walters just wince. First play, Kini had broken hard from the scrum. He'd marked up on Walsh, the pass out in front of Katoni Staggs. And they just hand back possession. And Dave Fafita breathes a big sigh of relief.
Who's at fault with that one, Corey?
Well,
10 seconds,
clean.
guys, heads down.
Well, it's the mindset of where the young superstars are at. They're just looking to come up with a big play. Play one, you mentioned it there.
Well, their tries last week.
It's a high risk. If it comes off, it's terrific. If it doesn't, all of a sudden, you're back tackling.
Look at their tries last week and the shellacking they copped. Just individual brilliance. The 2 tries we've seen today, individual brilliance. Now penalty compounding that first tackle error.
That's the end result. You get a bit of frustration. The pass goes to the ground. You try and make up for it from a defensive point of view. You jump off the line, you give away a penalty, and all of a sudden,
This now is Aaron Clark and the Titans looking to get back-to-back tries here after conceding the first 2. Another powerful run from Fotuaika. He's 6th. They've all had real purpose. Verrell for Foran. Rushing up was Reynolds. Campbell almost slicing past. Staggs and Reynolds coming back to make the tackle. Fafita.
that's better.
Fafita.
Straight over the top of Reynolds.
And almost left Walters in his wake as well. Walsh giving a little attitude there in that tackle. Now comes from Clark to Foran. They've got numbers here. Sami tries to do it himself. Turns it in for Foran. Now a loose pass. Scrambling there is Randall. Oh, it's play on. It's going to come to Pereira, but now Peter Goff's going to put an end to it.
Really challenging that left-hand side defence of the Broncos. Again, if the pass finds a mark, they're under all sorts of pressure.
It all depends where the play to the previous play the ball is. Yeah. Clock's on, in the middle.
Geez, they made a bit of a mess of this, the Titans, as sparkling as it was. They seem to have opportunities a couple of times in this passage.
Yep. Make sure we work in here, guys. We're on that clock.
Finding a little bit of success out on the edges. Broncos holding on. What a game it's been.
I reckon he's looking pretty dangerous too, Jaden Campbell. He gets in good position down the other end of the field. 10 or 20 metres out. I reckon he's going to be dangerous, hard to handle.
Break.
So Oates bringing it back here.
Move together, Kieran square on one. Hold.
Dean Mariner came off last week. Looked like it was a serious knee injury, but here he is. This giant Xavier Willison.
That's great line speed there from the Titans.
Sure is.
Bow, 10 metres bow.
Now it's Carrigan. They've gone forward a couple of players there with the Titans to stay back to 10. Oh, look at that fearsome defence. That's Carrigan being driven back.
Hold it.
Oh, there's a powerful run from Jensen. Verrell's there, was just left on his backside briefly. Reynolds. Straightforward one here for Keano Kini. That'll be relieving to him. A couple of testing kicks to deal with.
Surrender.
So just 14 minutes to go in this first half. Seems the way the game has been played, it's somewhat surprising. Only the 3 tries have been scored. Isaac Liu enters the game. They've been used sparingly the last couple of weeks, Liu. Sharp play the ball from Sami. That gives Kini a chance. In the pass as well. Brian Kelly over halfway. This is good footy from the Titans. Verrell's. Liu nice and fresh. Carries into the 30. Wonderful set. Now for the finish. It's a pass here through Kini. Kini's away. Kini gets it on. It's a try. It's Jojo Fafita. They run on the last and they expose the Broncos. The Gold Coast back in business.
Yeah, this is brilliant. The right edge once again for the Titans. Have a look at the old stager in Kieran Foran. Shapes the kick, goes deep into the line. And they strike back, the Gold Coast Titans. This is great. Play 5, shapes the kick deep into the line. Kini out there at back, throws the dummy, goes through the tackle. Was that ball forward? Touch judge right in line and look forward for mine.
Well, a lot of times with blaced with speed, you really don't take in consideration that their footwork and their balance. That was unbelievable there from Kini. He was checked on the way through, kept his feet, kept his balance, got the ball on the outside. And the Titans strike straight back. They were behind 14-0 last week. Slow start again here this afternoon, but they are starting to get in the groove.
There was a time, and it really extended for a long time for Fafita with just his 4th try this year, but he's done some nice things today. Try assist for the first try. The Titans concede 2 tries the way they did and they'd fall apart, but this seems to be a new outfit, regardless of what happens. They have just fought hard since, and they've scored the last 2 tries, and this time Campbell slots the goal. 12 points to 10.
I spoke about the matchups in the pre-game. Reece Walsh up against Keano Kini, and he is putting together a scintillating season. Have a look at this beautiful play down that right edge, which sets up his first try, and then a matter of moments later comes out the back of Kieran Foran through the defensive line, finds Jojo Fafita on that right edge, and this is all without AJ Brimson. We talked to AJ in the pre-game. I don't know that you can move Keano Kini out of number 1.
Oh. It's a lovely problem to have. They had the problem with Brimson and Campbell.
Yeah.
They seem to have worked out Campbell's the 6. And the number 1's lighting it up here on the Gold Coast. Obviously just game 1 this, 2 more to come. Top of the table, Melbourne coming up. Brendan Pereira, HIA, so they've already lost Payne Haas with a serious injury. Pereira now will have to pass the test. Melbourne Dragons, 5:30 Eastern. That's from Amy Park in Melbourne. And then we go to PointsBet Stadium, Cronulla against South Sydney. So that's coming up here on Super Saturday. Top 4 on the line, of course, for Cronulla. And I'm told Brendan Piakura, Category 2. And we'll see him in the second half if he passes that test. He's now Tapau getting ready to join. Here's the kick from Campbell. Got a little clip there on the way through from Willison. No problem for Arthurs. Well, it's tight here on the coast. Brisbane have lost a little bit of effervescence, but this is going to help. That little clip over the top there has drawn a penalty.
Yeah, ever so slight clip there from Kelly. It's been a terrific battle that we've seen. Kelly and Staggs, 2 aggressive players. And if you've only just joined us, Payne Haas picking up a foot injury, what they suspect may be a Liz Frank, which would rule him out, Dan, as you know, for the season.
Well, there's only, 5 weeks left of the regular season, so indeed it's a much longer term than that, a Liz Frank. Broncos back in Gold Coast territory as Reynolds endures Tapau, uses him a decoy. Man, haven't seen much of him. On to Ricky. 6 more tackles, a rare set restart. Haven't seen many of them today. Here's Walsh. There's the neat pass, beautifully read by Sami. Tackle that had to be made on Hetherington. Back in field, Willison has got through a lot of work since replacing Haas. Walters to Tapau, a veteran closing in. This is tackle 3. Now Reynolds. The kick. Here comes Arthurs. Needs the bounce. Oh, that's great work from Khan Pereira. The subtle quickness there from Alofiona. Khan Pereira.
Yeah, it's brilliant play here from Adam Reynolds. Just realised that Khan Pereira had to come up with a big play. He did. Equally to the challenge was Khan Pereira.
That set restart was the second set restart of the day, 1 apiece, and this is the second dropout. Up they go, that's off Brisbane, that's Gold Coast ball.
It's knock on Titans.
Okay, Titans is the call
Not you,
here.
Brian. Knock on, scrum.
Okay.
Clock's on. In the middle, 50.
Well, who's that had a slap at the ball there? It might be Kelly, is it?
Let's have a look here. Up they went. He's seen a sneaky hand there. Ooh. That not offside, but anyway.
You're a player, you're not going to see it. Let's go, guys. Heads in here. David, we've got to be quick, mate.
Kelly.
10 seconds.
Right. Deemed to be the knock on there. Maybe a difficult one going against the home side. They've used their captain's challenge.
That's why you don't burn the challenge.
Stay down. Stay in, Jaden.
Walsh veering to the right here, and it's going to go the other way. Ezra Mann runs straight over the top of for it. Fermor there cleaning it up.
That's his first run for the game, ma'am.
Carried. Only 3 runs last week, Ezra. They stack to the right here, although Ezra wants it on the left. It comes to the right. Here's Walsh. And nicely handled here for feeder involved. So was Campbell. They're now defending Walsh in numbers. There's Reynolds. He sends it on here to Willison. That'll leave the Broncos 2 more tackles. Reynolds. Discombobulated there with Hetherington, so comes back to Walsh. Walsh off a standing start, turning it in. Lovely step there from Ricky. Again, the Titans defence holds on.
Reece Walsh hasn't moved.
Clutching at his ribs. Last. Tapau, Reynolds, the grubber. Hetherington coming through. And Cody Hetherington, an unlikely try scorer off a Reynolds grubber. Oh, they needed that, the Broncos. Walsh is winded, but the Broncos get their 3rd.
Adam Reynolds starting to inject himself into the game. He come up with a beautiful kick, which got the repeat set. And this time, comes up with a deft little touch. 25 tries this season, the Broncos have scored off kicks. 32% of their tries have been off kicks.
It looked like he might have been caught at the ruck there, Kini. They kick away from him. Can't get there on time. There he is in the picture there.
First try of the year for Kobe.
Most unlikely man to score the try, just fresh on the field. Hetherington hasn't been on that long. Chases hard. No fullback at home. Broncos score.
So Kobe Hetherington's 4th career try. There's a run.
Oh, no, that's right.
3 years. It's not a patch on Corey Jensen, though. He's at 8 years since scoring a try. He's only a couple of games shy, I believe, of the Alex Twal mark. There's Reece Walsh seems to be okay. So Broncos just reassert things here. On top at the start. Now they get themselves a little buffer again, but it does feel like a game where the scoring is a long way from over. Oh my word, the kick is awful from Reynolds. 16-10.
Like obviously Reece.
Now let's look at this. The hit on Reece Walsh.
But just if you get a chance, just tell him to just control himself. Don't want to lose that emotion there.
Brian Kelly being put on report for that hit on Walsh. And absolutely give him a spray afterwards. But that's a crucial miss.
You actually don't
From
need to
Adam
make
Reynolds,
contact with him.
just to the left of the post. We know how good of a goal kicker Reynolds is.
Okay, Kelly on report.
He got put on report there, yes.
Stephen Roach's silence is deafening.
Well, mate, he hit him with a feather. Do you see how hard he hit him? I know it was contact, but surely you can't get suspended for that.
Dubbo. Well, thankfully it's not a sin bin. But
Release now.
whatever happened there, it certainly stung Walsh. He was down for a while.
He got up pretty quick when they scored.
Yes. Brisbane now through Willison.
Generally a sign you're okay, Block.
Yeah, exactly.
The cynicism from the two of you. Now it's Dubbo. It's one thing in the Broncos' favour there. The completion rate's been pretty good. Walsh from well inside the 40 here. Well inside the 40. Just not enough angle, although the turn certainly had the attention of Kini on that kick.
Up now, behind the line. Hold.
Oh, hello, the little kick. Here comes Pereira. Arthurs holds his nerve and takes it. Now Arthurs turning defence into attack. Got past the defence of Kelly. Now Reece Walsh from broken play. Kelly does enough.
Up now,
And then
Brian.
Well, that
a bit of interest in that tackle.
Yeah, that was bizarre play. That was bizarre from Kelly. Obviously didn't see that Jesse Arthurs had dropped back also. 3.5 minutes remain in this first half.
Oh, what an opportunity gifted here to the Broncos. Tapu powering up over the 20.
Release.
Reynolds and Walsh to the right here. Goes short side. Man, a little kick. Then the ricochet. He was held out of that, Ezra. Comes back here. And oh my goodness, what is going on? Jojo Fafita.
What's happened?
Now, Mam,
Ezra Mam still laying down.
was he taken illegally or was it in the
Just wait a sec.
action of
Have you got
going for the
contact there
ball?
by Brisbane? Oh, have a look at that, mate. Hey, White. We got no try, mate.
So Ezra's down here, by the way, just being
Tackle off
attended
the ball
to.
here against Brisbane, and whether they actually knocked the ball on. Kieran, I'm happy with that, but
Everyone's into Peter Goff at the moment. So did Ezra knock it on, and was he illegally taken out? And now what's the issue with his ankle?
Yeah, well, Kini just
The
comes
ball is
down
played
on
out
his
by
ankle.
Kini. Titans then close the gap on Ezra Mam, and Kini grabs Ezra Mam without the ball.
Penalty.
Now it's, what, 5 metres from the try line. Is it a penalty just?
yeah, mate.
Or is there a little more in this?
We're ruling out a possible penalty try due to the proximity away from the goal line and other defenders. However, this act is a professional foul.
Wow, it's
We
going
have
to
a
be 10 in the
decision.
bin.
Same professional foul.
A Potential match turner. Mam is back up, as you can see, but he's not right.
Keanu. What is it? I don't need to talk to you, David. You're not the captain, mate. Keanu.
Well, this is huge.
This will be just the second sin bin for a Titan all year.
Professional foul, so that's 10 in there.
Man down, do you go for the conversion or you keep the heat on?
Kicking from the same spot you just missed from.
You go for the 8-point lead. This is a team block that winning hasn't been there the last 8 weeks. The concern here is for Ezra Mam and his ankle.
Oh, this is shaping as a disastrous day for Brisbane with Payne Haas out long term, it seems, and now Ezra still is not right.
He just can't put any weight on that right ankle, Ezra. He's going to leave the field.
Yeah, he's gone.
They're going for 2 here, but it took a little bit of convincing some of the players. They were waiting for a signal from the sideline. But this is the story. 2 of Brisbane's key players injured in the first half.
Yeah. Thanks, man. I'm on the mark, aren't I? You're going to take the 2?
Ezra Mam was just starting to impose himself on the contest. He'd sat back and watched most of it unfold, but that play of his drawing the sin bin, and it's come at a cost. And even when it's going well, Brisbane in front, it's got its problems. And we'll get Lara, who's been busy this afternoon on that one. We're talking syndesmosis. That's also a sort of injury that can end a season at this point of the year, if it's serious enough. So plenty of Broncos fans giving Ezra a bit of a cheer, but
he can't even put weight on it. Getting 2 men carrying him off here. I doubt by the look of that he'll be back.
They're down to 15.
Yep. And don't forget last week how the Titans have come back in games. Desi Hasler said he wanted some toughness and resilience. We're going to see if they've got that in the second half.
And, oh, wow, the kick goes through. They all just stopped and paused, the Broncos players there. They were turned around, getting ready to get into position. And there was just a sense of panic, but it went through. And this looks terrible. And now reshuffling will take place at the 5-8 out of the game. Blake Moser has ended proceedings. You would suspect Billy Walters might go into the halves. But Brisbane down to 15 and 2 major injuries. I want to talk about at half-time, which we'll do on the other side of the break. 3 tries to 2. Reece Walsh basically the difference. Some brilliant play from the likes of Keanu Kini keeps it relatively close. 13 on 12. Moser. Reynolds at the line. Reynolds almost through. Just held on to Clark. Hang on, ball's come out. Penalty! Brisbane are going to get one last shot at this before half-time. Reynolds immediately pointing to the sideline, knowing they have to get on with it. Well, Clark thought he was a genius. The referee did not agree. Willis.
Just wondering whether they'll chance their hand here, the Broncos.
Well,
not long to go before half-time, 30 seconds. Let's see if they put something on here.
These are a huge 3 minutes with the one-man advantage. Walsh getting it on. Mariner keeps it going. It's Oates. He wants to pin the ears back, but the defence always had him covered. 19 seconds left. 2 chances, you would think. Moser to Walsh on the angle. The stab. Walters coming through, but beautifully tidied up by Campbell. No panic from the Titans 5-8, and that will see out the first half.
Well, I like it that he backs himself here. Walsh, he's been unbelievable in the first half. A couple of tries. The injection, getting himself involved in the game. That's what we've been waiting for. High drama here on the Gold Coast. 2 major injuries. We've got a player in the sin bin for the first 7 minutes of the second half, and some spectacular tries we've seen already. It's the Broncos in front, but they're a long way from home. 18 points to 10. Josiah Karapani watching him on the sideline. He's going through his warm-up. So it does appear as though Mam is gone and Karapani will come in. Second half begins. It really is do or die.
And the Titans, can they do what they did last week? Overcome a deficit and keep their season alive remarkably. Remember, they were a team that was 0-6. There's an offload from Clark.
Move, Pat, wait. You're in home, wait.
Early shift here.
Gee, that's a slow play, the ball. It's latitude given for the first time by Peter Goff.
Pat Carrigan's gone clutching at an eye.
Right,
Oh,
Pat.
and now we see just a hint of claret
Well,
here.
Pat's
His old
clutching his
teammate
face.
and Queensland teammate showing a
There was a
modicum of concern.
Just wait, Dave, wait. Time on it, that's 3. Watch the
Well,
leg,
that might
Pat.
get the doctor interested as well
Up
in
now,
terms
Blake
of
on 4. Here and back
whether
home.
it needs a
Okay.
concussion assessment. High drama here on this Saturday afternoon. Fermor.
Last tackle, Marty. Get up, Marty. Go.
Forward now. A decent kick. So, with a one-man advantage, Walsh looking for the little opening. Oh, there you go. There's a tackle. Upended, folded like a director's chair by Brian Kelly.
With a bit of GST, those two come head-to-head in the back end of that first half. Kelly and Walsh. Have a look at that in the replay. Just straight up under the ball.
Reynolds a dummy half. Rushing up there was Verrell's.
I'll tell you what it does. It revs your teammates up.
Yeah.
Big hit like that early in the tackle count.
He's got a bit of enforcer about him, Brian Kelly, out in the centres. Here's Xavier Willison.
Go off the ball. Aaron, middle, Dave.
Blake Moser, so impressive against the Dragons a few weeks ago. And he's going to get plenty of game time here.
Tackle, move, Pat.
Carrigan seems okay, a little shaken up, but another purposeful run. That's not a bad kick here, the chase from Ricky. But Khan Pereira coming down with it. And the Titans again start a set inside their 10. The Broncos had that aspect of their game firing well today. Kelly going nowhere. Jojo Fafita scored one, had a big hand in the other. He's stuck on the 10.
Yeah, big defensive set here, isn't it, from the Brisbane Broncos? Only up to their 20 on play 4.
Oh, that's a killer penalty. They flipped up Sammy on tackle number 4.
I thought they might have changed their tactics a little bit and spread the ball early in the tackle count when they're caught on their line like that. It worked for the Dogs last week.
Yeah.
Make sure you use the
You
line.
run one out straight through the middle. You're not going to make that
Well,
many yards.
yeah, Kini's still in the
Front
bin
foot
block.
here,
It makes it
guys,
a little
on the line.
difficult when you've got such a live wire like that in the bin, but that's a relieving penalty. Late in the tackle count.
Oh, Fafita runs over Carrigan. And look at the smile on his face. Dave Fafita. Like a beast that just attacked his prey.
He was exceptional last week in the second half for Fafita.
6 more, flop slow.
And 6 more tackles. This is all happening with the Titans a man down.
Movement, Billy.
All the Broncos have to show for the sin bin of Kini is a penalty goal.
Blake off the ball.
Now it's Verrell's. Out to Liu. Easing up to the 10-metre line.
Go line.
Clark, foreign. The little double pump
6
there.
more, 10 metres.
And Brisbane called offside. Fafita.
Stand down. Stay square, hold the
He'll
line.
play it here
Hold,
slowly.
hold, go 0.
But more time to come off the clock. Here's Campbell. Rushing up and missing was Piakora. Campbell straightening. Tapu hanging on, but Campbell somehow got there.
Tackle 1 held
Turtle
up, time
just
off.
in the nick of time by Tapu.
Tackle 1.
He could be the man to take the Broncos on as they tire. Only 2 men on the bench as the game winds on in that attacking area.
This is just tackle number 2. Aaron Clark started off the bench like he did last week. Walsh a little slow to get up there, but seems to be fine. Now it comes to forward. Forward with the floater. And it was taken here by Sami. Oates brought down. The little grubber that ricochets off Moser. Puts himself in the right spot. And that's the end of that for the Titans.
He'd love his time again there, Campbell. The Broncos were passive on their defensive line. He could have had an opportunity to run.
2 minutes left, so maybe this is it. for the Broncos with the one-man advantage. This set here, might get a couple of tackles in the next set. Titans have been disciplined in this period. Moser firing it out. Carrigan. Now Moser wafting out a dummy half. This is the last tackle. Reynolds to Walsh. Walsh getting it on. Mariner. Little grubber, little chip. And great take by Jojo Fafita. He's having some afternoon, Jojo.
Really needed to get the ball long into the corner there, the Broncos. Beautiful bit of play from Fafita to turn and chase. This Kini is lurking on the sideline.
Fermor. Tough run. Penalty. Brisbane. Aaron Clark was in the way.
He blocks that defender coming through there, mate. I understand, but
now they need to get on with this Brisbane because Kini's not that far away from coming back in. So you see there was Pereira who was obstructed.
That's poor play there from Aaron Clark.
Well, this shapes as a huge set. So 38 seconds left with this one man. What can they do? Walsh puts in the kick. Now he's going to claim he was taken out. He doesn't have a case according to Peter Goff. 20-metre tap, 7 tackle set. Walsh gets a little shove from Fafita.
You're at the line.
And Peter Goff just stating, hey, you ran up to the line there, you were fair game.
Well, 3 tries in the first half, went to the Broncos off a kick that time there. Walsh just trying to do it again. Well,
oh, jeez.
I mean, it's hard to see. You see it on slow-mo there. Just getting a little impatient, Brisbane. Trying to cash in while Kini was off. He's just about to take the field.
And he's back on. So the crowd's delight. Campbell! He really is warming into this, isn't he, Jaden Campbell? Now he's got the help of Kini back in this contest. Fafita.
You want to see a bit more of that from Fafita too. Just coming in next to the play the ball. He's a big man to handle.
There's a bit of agitation between Carrigan and Fafita at the moment. Jensen returning. And the kick here from Foran. Coming through, Fafita, the tap, that's play on. That's play on. Oh!
How good!
How did he do that? How did Kini pick that up and put it down in the same motion? We have just seen rugby league brilliance.
This is unbelievable from the superstar kid, Kini. Had just come back onto the field from being off for 10 minutes. And has come up with one of the plays of the year. You see him come on the inside there. Beautiful kick from Foran. Corey Oates goes up for it, as to Fafita. Hits the legs.
Oh.
And that is brilliant. Under pressure.
Well, you know it was brilliant there. He didn't try to snatch at the ball. He just used his knees. Kenny, talk about making up for the sin bin. Come straight back on. No easing your way back into the game. Look at that. Didn't snatch at it. Let it come off the knees. What a try.
That is...
Both fullbacks have been unbelievable.
That is some play from the kid. Kini. Fafita does a great job to get the ball back on the inside, to position his body in front of Corey Oates.
Well, he's got 2 try assists now for Fafita, but that is all Kini. Harvey Norman replay is a beautiful thing to see.
Well, they needed to score first in the second half. Themselves right back in it. A man down for the first few minutes of the second half. Kini comes on and replays his teammates in spades. What a try.
Now the kick from Campbell is no good. But 3 tries apiece. Remember, it was Brisbane that had the hot start. It is now 18-14 here on the Gold Coast. Yano Kini, 19th game of first grade.
Look, this is brilliant. Going at pace, off his legs, patient enough to grab the ball, stay in the field of play.
Auckland-born raised in these parts. Ezra Man, his afternoon is over. And now the question is, how long will he be out? They've already lost Payne Haas for an extended period. Brisbane have 30 minutes here to save their season. And if they do win this game, they'll be doing it tough from here on out.
Well, it's a kicking game that's really upset them. The last couple of times the Broncos had the ball, they should have pinned him in the corner.
That's a strong run.
Out together, straight up.
Gold Coast, the Titans believe. Clark at the line. He's brought a bit of brawl movement. Now, Broncos are going to claim that was lost by Dave Fafita. No dice. Kini. He's not only brilliant, he's tough. Randall, defence, just letting it unfold there as Randall helps himself to plenty of metres up the middle. Forward, they've seen something. Fermor, line ball pass, it's cleared. Forward, in trouble. Keeps it alive somehow.
6 more.
It's play on. No, still the last, but they've got numbers. They've got Brisbane shot. And it comes down to Kelly. Puts the foot down and scores! This is absolutely stunning. How did the Titans get that ball over the line? It looked like coming to an end on a couple of occasions, but this is electrifying rugby league.
Back-to-back tries for the Gold Coast Titans, and they are playing some football here this afternoon. Kieran Foran. Walters rushes up, gives him an opportunity to play. Is that pass back on the inside? It's marginal from Fermor. Foran goes to ground. Does he get the ball away? That's play on, still moving. And Kelly, it looked as though they're going to bomb it for all money. Out on the left-hand side, cuts back on the inside. Through the tackle there of Arthur's. And 18 points apiece.
Well, he had to score there, Kelly, because he backed himself back on the inside, off the left foot. There was two-man overlap on the outside. Chose just to back himself. He had to score there. Otherwise, the teammates would have been blown up. Back-to-back now, the Titans. We saw them come back last week. Exactly the same thing is happening now. Kelly gets over the stripe.
Extremely late offload from Foran. And you got to call it as you said. That's a forward pass from Fermor. But they play to the whistle. And it's a stunner of a try.
Yeah.
It's a stunner of a try, and it's going to give the Titans the lead for the first time. Down 14-0 last week. Down 12-0 this week. This is not the Titans we're used to. They take the lead, 20-18.
Here's the pass back on the inside. Oh, it's all difficult from those angles. You take a bow, Kieran Foran.
Yeah, the ball comes off Foran as he flops the ball out the back, comes off his boot. That's the luck that they had.
He's come up with some wonderful plays this afternoon, Foran. Billy Wilder's just racing up, gave him a passage to run through.
Stay on side, guys. Thanks, mate.
We knew we were going to get great footy this afternoon. You got two teams that love to attack. We're not being disappointed. Titans 4 of the last 5. And since Kini has come back on, they've scored 2 in about 4 minutes. Oh, Fafita wore that one. That had a bit of stick in that tackle.
There's a fair bit going on here in regards to Fafita.
Now,
Crusher.
There's a bit of feeling.
delayed reaction there as he reached the back of his neck.
Play the ball.
He was tangled up.
Time off.
Time off.
Referee Goff telling him to play the ball.
Yeah, Carrigan and Fafita, there's something happening there, and that has to have a look at Crusher about it, accidental as it may be.
A little bit of pressure on the back of the head there.
Is that Jensen there that's been caught up there?
You need to allow the head to come through. There's
Yeah,
pressure
that's going to
on the
be a
back of the
penalty.
head.
That's hard to argue. And there you see Fafita, while he was on the ground, was reaching up.
I understand
10
what you're
seconds
saying,
ago,
Adam.
the ref's telling him to play the
Play
ball.
down, which is why I was playing on there because I didn't see it, mate.
They're
It
getting
is actually a
frustrated,
penalty
the
though, Adam.
Broncos.
Yeah, mate.
It's unravelling. It's still a 2-point game, but it's the Titans. Just full of confidence right now.
Well, they need to hold their nerve, the Broncos. All the flow going with the Titans at the moment. Back-to-back tries. Now a little late offload out the back. They need to hold their nerve.
Move, Pat.
They can't get frustrated.
Stand up.
Comes into Randall.
Blake off the ball. Here we are, Marty. Oh,
Verrell's working the foreign side. Kini, straight into Walters. Carrigan there. He's everywhere, Pat Carrigan. Now comes to the open, where Randall just happily takes it up the middle. For all their brilliance, they do have some patience about them, the Gold Coast, as it comes now. Look at Kini, drawing defenders, giving it to Sami. 25 metres out, last tackle, forward, blindside, the kick. Contest, tap back for Feeder again, it's a try! It's Campbell! It's the Titans on fire! Jojo Fafita is having the game of his life, and it's Campbell who crosses, and it's 3 tries in the space of 5 minutes.
Well, 27,000 people have showed up to see their team, and some of the superstars are delivering here. Once again, down the short side, a purposeful kick. Up goes Jojo Fafita, back on the inside to Campbell. And 3 tries in quick succession for the Gold Coast Titans.
Yeah, it's the way they're completed too. They've hung onto the football. And Campbell gets a try. He was going to have some sort of impact on this game at some stage. Jojo Fafita gets to the ball first, just taps it back. Still got plenty of work to do here, Campbell. Had to push away from a couple of tackles. Well, it's be a lot stronger than what you think. He beat Carrigan there.
24 points to 18, kick to come. To take the lead out by 8. 25 minutes remain in this game and the Broncos season.
It's slipping away so quickly. Still just a 6-point, likely 8-point game, and a lot of time to play, but the Titans have just exploded. Oh, hang on.
Try review. Looking at an escort by Brisbane early, and then a potential obstruction by the Titans before the try.
Okay, so if that holds, it'll be a Titans penalty, but no try. That just deflates the crowd here.
Kick chase by the Titans has been cleared. Corey Jensen runs an escort on Keanu Kini, so this is the first infringement.
So worst case, penalty Gold Coast, worst case for them.
So knocked back by the Titans. At this point, Sam Verrell is in front of the ball and denies Corey Oates a clean opportunity to compete in the play. The first foul is the escort by Brisbane. We have a decision.
Well, if you're a Titans fan, you'd like to just cancel the both out.
Can I guess what Steve Roach is about to say? He's going to say, where is he supposed to go?
Mate, you are Nostradamus. How did you know that?
Well, it's a penalty. At least they get that.
Yeah, for the escort.
Keep the heat on.
11 in, 5 out. Corey Jensen runs an escort on Keanu at the start. That's what the penalty's for. No, it's where it lands.
It's hard to imagine Oates would have stopped Campbell, but the penalty for the Gold Coast.
Wait, Phil,
Well,
wait.
what have they got here?
Hold the line.
Just keep your eyes on the numbers 6 and 1.
Aaron Clark. They're in a different gear right now to the Broncos. Broncos must find a way to hold on.
Hold, mate. Go, on.
Now, Josiah Pahulu, he's been very impressive, this youngster, in 2024. Verrell. Forward. Kini. Oh, he does a number on his... Another try. They won't take that off, Jojo. It's a Titans avalanche. Jojo Fafita with the try.
He should have been put in the row 36.
This is brilliant. Keanu Kini in the fleet-footed brilliance of this young superstar. Out to the right-hand side, deep into the line once again, Kieran Foran. Have a look at this. On a dime, just stands Corey Oates up all ends, and then Fafita getting under the tackle of Corey Oates.
Mariner it is.
Mariner coming across, Billy Walters and to stay in field.
Do you know what? But that's that wrong sort of tackle there from Mariner. You just watch. He tries to grab him and force him into touch. Watch the tackle here. Instead of putting his shoulder up under the ribs, he tries to grab him and throw him into touch.
That is brilliant. That is absolutely brilliant.
That
From
move.
Kini.
That move.
Denied only moments ago. And that. Outstanding.
Big kick. Campbell. Yes, he's got it. Titans 26, Broncos 18. This joint is as loud as it has been for years.
Let's have a look at Reece Walsh just on the other side. They've caught Reece out of position here, and that is brilliant, absolutely brilliant. There's no other way to describe what we saw from Kini. Had no right to do what he did.
Well, the other thing too is the style of play that the Titans are playing. Why wouldn't you come out and watch them? How good have they been in the second half here?
Well, Walsh was brilliant in the first 15 minutes. He's probably going to have to be brilliant again if they're going to claw their way back. No Joe Fafita.
Up together.
2 tries, 2 line breaks, a try assist, 114 metres.
It's not a bad game for Jojo Fafita to score your first career double, Dan.
Well, he hadn't scored since round 15. He smashed that little dry spell, that drought.
Still 23 to go.
Look at that. Gold Coast, if this result holds, can talk themselves into a tilt at the finals if they keep this hot streak going. They were 0-6. Fermor. Still 23 minutes left. Forward. Walsh takes it without breaking stride. Gang tackle. 18-10 it was for Brisbane.
Ooh.
Oh, there's a ferocious tackle there. Oates. Rearing one. And now
He's looked likely most times he's had the ball. Also, Mariner made a line break early,
Yeah.
6 again.
And he gets his side 6 again. Here we go. Reynolds. Oh, Ricky, beautiful read. Beautiful read by Brian Kelly. It had to be made. Moser. Now it's Carrigan for Jensen. That's the 30-metre line where Reynolds had rushed up there. Walsh delayed the pass. The timing was exquisite. Oates pins the ears back. He doesn't have the pace to get there. Broncos knocking on the door. Walsh. Terrorised there by Verrell. And Reynolds has nowhere to go. 2 tackles left. Broncos. Oh, no, not another one. It's Reynolds reaching for his ankle. They've already lost Mann. They've already lost Haas.
Tackle 4. It looked like he clutched at an ankle here. Tackle 4.
And
The Broncos had an opportunity. Corey Oates down the left edge, just pulled up short.
Does the Corey Oates of old score there?
I think so, Block.
and
Just pinned the legs together there. Fermor down low. Fafita over the top.
just his 9th game this year. Adam Reynolds. It just gets worse for Kevin Walters. But Reynolds here. And I'll try and continue. Looks like it'll be a play the ball. Doesn't appear to be a problem in the tackle in terms of legality. 22 minutes left.
We saw that last week. You got a little bit of a cork above the knee. Corky, and he played on. And now it looks like an ankle problem, so he's in the wars. Reynolds.
Line here, hold Sam.
Moser waits. 2 tackles left. Bad pass. No damage. Walsh out for Arthurs. Arthurs got past Pereira. Oh, they thought they were going to get there. Walsh was in celebration mode. He gets it back, Walsh. Low trajectory. Up they go. Oh, that's a fantastic catch. Now it's Philip Sami. But the ball's come out. It's called a Brisbane knock-on.
It's 1-on-1, knock on Brisbane.
It looked like there was 2 in the tackle.
Yeah, I'm
that
with
is
you.
brilliant take from Sami, just up above. Kick across field from Walsh, trying to inject himself back into the team. And
Oh, yeah. There was one in the tackle, but propelled forward by Walters.
On that clock.
21 minutes remaining. Still plenty of time left from the Brisbane Broncos.
Head in. Box on. Stay in, Sam. All in. Hold. Break.
Pereira. He's late on all these tries, and Pereira hasn't really been close. Bahulu. Melbourne Dragons coming up at 5:30. And then it's Cronulla South. That's our card tonight. But this is where the story is right now. Gold Coast rising, and the Broncos season is very much on the line right now. Oh, look at that move from Kini, a violent right foot step. This time he's contained. Carrigan and Walters with the tackle. And the kick here's got a full bit of depth on it. Arthurs. Look at the Titans. They are rampant at the moment. Flying up, making tackles.
There's a lot of tired bodies in the middle of the field for the Broncos, and rightly so. Payne Haas out for the game. Ezra Mam out for the game. They're down a couple of troops on the bench.
Mariner getting early ball, but forward up there quickly. Moser for Carrigan. The offload finds Moser. Hetherington, one of the try scorers for Brisbane. Really make an impression there. Moser with the head fake onto Jensen. And the final play, Walsh wants it. Walsh gets it. Walsh has that ball knocked out. Now is it a knock on? Yes, it is. So the tackle of Randall jolts that ball free.
Well, they do, David, so you're not
They
the
do have a
captain
challenge.
anyway. Yeah, I know.
They do have the challenge.
Right, Broncos, captain's challenge, challenging on-field decision, knock
Remember,
on.
in the first half, they won a challenge but lost the ball. So that's why they can continue here, because they won that one.
Chris Randall is just making a tackle on Reece Walsh, and Reece Walsh loses possession of the ball. The challenge is unsuccessful.
Oh, he's just making a tackle. Last tackle handover.
Happy with that, gentlemen?
Yeah. Looks like his arm just come in contact with the ball, but he's just trying to tackle around the waist.
This is just making a tackle, mate.
Walsh going at the line. They're still at it for Feeder and Walsh. Look, get away there.
Play the ball over there.
And the Titans fans cheering that result there. And they are also celebrating their best crowd this season. 25,278 here for this Women in League round. In Des they trust here on the Glitter Strip. We heard from AJ Brimpson in the pre-game saying the Des effect is in full swing. At the moment, it certainly is 8-point leaders over their arch rivals.
They do love a winner here on the Gold Coast, and there's no reason to think they can't get big crowds like this on a regular basis if this continues. Cleese Haas, an uninspiring first moment of the game for him. Well, that just opens the door.
Just handing the ball back to the Broncos, just come onto the field. Pass hits him directly in the chest. There's still plenty of time left from what we've seen in this game already. Reece Walsh barking orders there at the back of the scrum. Plenty of speed out on this left edge with Walsh and Mariner.
That's a forlorn duo, an injured duo, Haas and Mann. And long-term as it would seem, more particularly for Haas. Walters! Campbell holds his nerve and comes back to make the tackle. Hetherington. Still 18 to go, but you feel they need to score one pretty soon here. Just to give themselves some belief. Reynolds, the Walsh. Oh, there's Sami racing in. They've done a good job on Walsh after he dominated the first 15 minutes. Jensen over the 20. Slow play the ball here from Moser. He comes to Walsh. Oh, wonderful pass. That is sumptuous. Mariner gets over, and the going up is no try.
I reckon he's lost it here.
Well, he got himself over.
No try. Looking to confirm a knock on over the
And
goal
it
line.
looked like he might have steadied himself, but Peter Goff
It was a
believes
peach.
it's come out.
Absolute peach of a pass from Reece Walsh to Dean Mariner. Does he get it down? Oh,
Well, it's gone up as no try. That's not enough evidence
Looking
to
to
overturn
determine
there.
there's downward pressure applied on the ball here, if it's lost by Dean Mariner.
Now, we've had some confounding ones this year in scenarios like this, so anything can
The
happen.
ball is knocked on
lost
over
it.
the goal line
That's
by
all.
Dean Mariner. We have a decision.
That's a pretty clear knock on. Well, that's a big
Knock on
moment.
in goal.
Jojo Fafita coming up with a big tackle.
Just
Down
spun
low.
him around, didn't he?
Yeah.
They cannot do a thing right at the moment, the Broncos. It's all going against them.
I mean, it's the right call, Dan. It's hard to argue.
Oh, it has to be no try.
We see here, Reece Walsh has pushed up into the 6 jersey. Jesse Arthurs has gone back to fullback. Reece Walsh in the front line for the Kevin Walters and the Broncos in 17 minutes remaining in their season.
They've scored the last 3 tries, the Gold Coast, for Fita.
He has rolled all the dice this afternoon, Kevin Walters.
It comes out now to Fotuaika, on to forward. This is where they've excelled on this side. Sami slips inside the tackle of Walsh. And they've stacked the right again here, but it's going to come open side. Kini for Fotuaika. Close enough for an attacking kick. Campbell goes high. That's the Pereira side. That's the Kelly side. Touch deep. It's a neat catch by the 18th man, Karapani. But it's an effective set for the Gold Coast. They've gone the length of the field.
He's pulling out all the stops at the moment. Kevin Walters, Moses off, Walters back onto the field. So Reece Walsh has pushed up to where Ezra Mann would be. Adam Reynolds in the halfback role. Just wants all his best attacking players on the ball.
Walters straight into his work, coming back onto the field, finding Reynolds. And it goes to Carrigan, the tap on there from Walsh. He's trying everything at the moment. Mariner inside Fermor and forward, and now he
Great
straightens.
tackle.
He's as dangerous as any of the Broncos right now. Dean Mariner. Reynolds on the last. Little chip kick, there's traffic there, and it's caught here by Campbell. Hello, Campbell. Oh, he throws a hospital pass, put down by Pereira. What is going on? And it's a Gold Coast knock on. They're just getting a little overexcited.
Well, that's the difference with the modern day player at the moment. They just do not think about
In the middle. Box on here, guys.
the what ifs. They just play what they see. Campbell out the back, poor pass. Didn't find its mark to Kini. Pereira was unable to pick it up.
Tell you what though, if he finds
Oh,
Kini,
yeah, absolutely. Similar to the Reece Walsh pass up the other end.
Every one
it's
of these.
high risk, Dan.
25,000's on their feet because Kini would have been almost impossible to run down. But now the Broncos with less than 15 to go.
10 metres. Let's go, clock off.
And it tells you they have to win.
Oh, he's
Walsh's
got
pass put down by Oates. The Titans seem to know that play better than the Broncos.
Yeah, Verrell's in all sorts of pain here.
Oh, geez,
1-0
Sam
tackle
Verrell's has
by
had his
Woodward.
woes over the last few years. Let's hope this is nothing too serious. Clutching at his ankle. He's had a lot of issues, particularly collarbone. But there's concern immediately here as we look at this replay. And
Just gets clipped by Walsh on the inside.
And haven't the Titans done a great job of following Walsh since the early explosion? 2 were there waiting for the Walsh pass. And even if Oates caught that, he was going to be squashed from the tackle. There was Sami, Foran there as well, but Foran immediately showing his concern for Verrell's.
Frustration starting to creep in. 14 minutes remain of their season, 8 behind.
And Verrell's, what have we got here?
Get a dummy half. We're going.
And it's gone Sam Verrell's. That's a
Let's
real
go,
shame.
time's
So
on.
Chris
Play the
Randall
ball. Go.
will
Play
take
the
up the
ball.
role that he's filled for a lot of the season. You would imagine to be the dummy half. He comes into the game. Titans 8 up, 14 to play. Kini. It's hard to imagine this will be the final score, but we haven't had points for a little while now. Kotuaika. Fafita. Now it's Campbell getting it on here. Kelly has had a terrific battle with Staggs all day. Reynolds coming in as well. Last tackle. Campbell to the air. Oh, there was an early bump there on Kini. And the ball is going to go into touch, and Ford is working the referee over.
That's different than the one over there. He just runs straight into Adam.
So Brisbane ball.
He's had his hands full this afternoon, hasn't he? Referee Goff.
In the middle, play the ball.
Might have been Khan Pereira, the man that
Stay
was
square. Go. That's up.
knocked over pretty much immediately as the ball was hoisted into the air.
Up now. Oh, wait, go on.
Titans flying off their defensive line.
I reckon it's going to be rocks or diamonds here from Reece Walsh. We'll try and force the issue at some stage.
Bring that ball.
Put in plenty, Xavier Willison. Carrigan, speaking of players that have put in. Reynolds shapes the kick, then gives it to Staggs. Kelly all over him. And then the help of Campbell.
Done a great job on Staggs, kept him quiet all afternoon.
This is tackle 5, and they're not to halfway. Carrigan, desperate offload, put down by Willison. And pulling all the tricks out of Brisbane, and not many are working.
Well, that's what happens when you start to play catch-up football. The Broncos haven't been able to get across the stripe in the second half. Half-time score, 18-10. Haven't been able to score. You start to try and squeeze those passes out. And that's a good turnover there for the Titans too, right around about the halfway line. We'll start them off here straight away in the attack.
The game's here to go. Let's go. Heads in. Let's go. Let's go. Head down. Clock off. We're going. Ball in. Hold there, Jordan. Break.
Titans, frankly, look they're more likely to score right now. Oh, look at this. Carl Pereira's away. A wonderful play. As now Carl Pereira bumping off tacklers, pinballing his way to the line. Loffy, Carl Pereira, like a dodgem car, gets his way to the try line. That puts an exclamation mark on this second half. This second half of Gold Coast domination.
It's been brilliant from the Gold Coast Titans in this second half, up against the Broncos, who are desperately trying to hang on to their season. Beautiful play. All their strike players out to the right-hand side. They shape it up well. Little out ball there to Kelly, who then isolates and gets the speedster on the outside of Karapani. Breaks the tackle of Willison coming through.
And that's what happens when you try and squeeze the ball out. It was Carrigan, 3 in the tackle, a miracle ball that went wrong. They go straight away to the left-hand side. And Khan Pereira, what about his balance? Able to get out of a tackle, gets up and plays on.
Well,
and what a second half it's been from the Titans.
with the confirmation of that try, confirmation of a record that most probably didn't know existed, but it's the research, 40 games, first 40 games, Loffy Khan Pereira, the first to get 40 tries.
Unbelievable.
40 tries in 39, so no one has got to 40 quicker than this man, Loffy Khan Pereira. You're talking some of the great try scorers. So first 40 tries, first 40 tries, 39.
It's a minute 20, mate.
So you see some greats ahead of him there, but he overtakes a lot of players there, Loffy Khan Pereira. Some great try scorers who had scored the 40 tries in a game or two more. This is now a thumping, 32-18. And it's the Broncos fans that are making way for the train station.
Such a good finisher. Alofi, Pereira, so quick. Find his way to the try line better than anyone.
We've got 10 seconds. Make sure we're still onside.
Grand finalist from last year, Dan.
It is stunning. It is stunning what has transpired at the Broncos. But it's the Titans with the smiles on the faces and a real hunger. They mightn't be finished at 32-18. They don't look like they're in any mood to stop here. They want to rub this in. They're going to get a season sweep over the Broncos. And they're back here again on Friday night against Cronulla. They should get a big crowd for that too. Why wouldn't you want to see this team in action? Verrell's Kini. Now it's the high kick from Campbell. And coming forward, that's a very good catch from Karapani. But no problem for the Gold Coast, getting through another set and forcing Brisbane to bring it out from a very long way out from the try line. It is impossible to imagine that the Broncos were, 18 minutes from a premiership just, 10 months ago, and yet they're going to be wiped out of this competition with 5 weeks to spare. Reynolds. A long pass to Karapani. In and away, but no Kelly low. Pereira there as the backstop. Reynolds to Carrigan to Walsh. And his pass well read. Fermor with the tackle on Piakura. The knuckleball kick. Wobbling in the air. Kini swallows it up. Now he's away. Oh, if he kept his footing, that could have been anything.
Well, it's the first sign to see that the Broncos is tiring through the middle. Their chase early in the game was outstanding. A broken line going at Kenny there. He was lucky he wasn't through.
Oh, Walsh there getting a little stinger there.
Look at the compassion from the opposition. Couldn't give a rat's.
They want more tries. Campbell already has crossed the line. It was taken away, of course. Oh, 6 more tackles. Now they can really rub it in for Feeder. You know he'll want one. That's his 14th run. They're lining up here, the Titans. This has become a Saturday celebration. Something happening here on the coast. For it. Now it's the inside pass to Sun. Randall. Forward goes long. Oh, Campbell concedes. The double cutout. Campbell knowing if he kept going, that would have been an obstruction. Still 2 tackles to work with. Jolliffe back from a pec injury. 1 tackle left. They want it on the right wing. Jojo says, give it to me. Forward goes himself. Forward gets rid of it. Fermor along. Now the pass. Here's another. Here's Jojo. The Titans ramming it home. And Des Hasler and his Gold Coast Titans are just in sumptuous form right now. This is extraordinary, these second half scenes.
Yeah, once again, down the right-hand side, Kieran forward, get rushed from Reece Walsh, comes back on the inside, finds an offload. Fermor out the Sami, comes up with the pass, and Jojo Fafita has been exceptional.
Yeah, poor old Billy Walters coming across to try and make the tackle, got wrong-footed. Kieran Foran saw the opening straight away. The old legs wouldn't get him through, but he was able to get the offload, the shift straight away. The Titans have been immaculate in the second half. How good have they been?
just indulge me for a second here, but we're positioned next to the Gold Coast corporate box with Rebecca Frizzell and all the people that have worked long and hard at this club, have put in a lot of money, a lot of their own time. They're successful business people elsewhere, and they're dancing. They are dancing in the next box. It's a pleasure to see. They deserve something like this. They deserve to see this stadium full. They deserve to see a team which is playing the way they are. And we can start to look ahead here and wonder, could the Titans make some sort of miraculous run towards the finals? The kick is no good, but it doesn't matter. It's 36-18. There they are, Gordon Tallis, ambassador. Then it's behind the glass there, Rebecca Frizzell and her team. Toured long and hard.
Yeah, it's been a wonderful performance from the Gold Coast Titans this afternoon. Their second half, 19 completed sets out of 22 to the Broncos, 8 in total. And some sparkling football. Kini and Fafita have absolutely torn the Broncos apart. That's the big story. The big talking point of this game,
Stay
Dan,
onside.
the grand finalists from last year are out of the competition.
They can't even get the kick-off right.
Contestable, play the ball.
It was
Play the ball.
18-10 to Brisbane at half-time. It's been a second half shellacking. And it's a look we've seen too many times over the last couple of months. They were 7-4. They won against Manly unconvincingly in Magic Round, 13-12, and that got them to 7-4, and since then they've had one win.
18-10 at half-time. They scored the first 2 tries. It was 12-0 to the Broncos in the opening 10 minutes. 18-10 at half-time and have been shut out.
Move!
And it's a fun brand of football too. It's accountable and it's exciting. This is worth getting behind. No Fodawaker, tremendous start to the game from him and continuing on. Jamin Jolliffe. 3 minutes 30 to go. Fermor. Oh no, we've got another one down. Is that Moser on the ground? He was slipped by there by Fermor, the kick. And, oh my God! It just gets better and better and better. Jojo Fafita giving it to Philip Sami.
How good have they been at the tap back here this afternoon? The Titans. There's another one. A bit of luck going up the short side, haven't they? Foreign with the kick. The ball knocked back in field. Look at that. Catch and pass back on the inside. The Titans in again.
Have come with a real purpose this afternoon to take on the Broncos with a game plan that has worked on absolute perfection. Sami has been terrific. Fafita exceptional.
This will be the biggest win in Gold Coast history over the Broncos, 16 the previous margin.
Well, there's nowhere to hide for the Broncos at the moment. Standing behind the try line, bunched together. Season has passed. It's 40 points to 18.
Well, we've got to keep track here. Fafita's now got 3 tries. Sami's got 1. Kelly's got 1. Pereira's got 1. Kini's got 2. We get 4 on a try. Oh, Campbell had one denied, and the kick misses. But the back 5 have all crossed. But the Fafita-Sami combination, they can't touch it, the Broncos.
It's been some game, hasn't it, from Jojo Fafita?
Well, isn't it amazing when you start to get yourself in a bit of a form and get on a run? Who's to say the Titans can't make the 8?
Well, they're giving themselves every opportunity at the moment, Block.
Well, they're just going to keep winning.
That's it.
And while they keep winning, they're a hope. They've got some toughies to come. But good test on Friday against Cronulla, because this place deserves to be full again. Broncos always gets a big crowd here, but they deserve to be seen by many, many people here.
I don't reckon they're done yet either, the Titans.
They've had this mood ever since they knew they had the Broncos broken. There's the Titans run. And that Roosters game here will be a real tester. But Penrith away, Penrith might have nothing to play for. So, look, a lot's got to happen between now and then. But they're in the fight. Foul for Theta. Got through the Willison tackle. The frustration showing on the Broncos.
Release now.
Look at Randall. Look at the gap open up. Kini on the inside. Outside to Fermor. Goodbye. We have never seen anything like this for the Gold Coast Titans team. They have scored try after try in this second half.
Still can't crack a smile, the old coach. He's got to be happy with what he's seen here this afternoon. Conceded the first 2 tries of the game, down 18-10 at half-time. 44 points to 18 with a kick to come. Randall through the middle, straight through the teeth of the Brisbane Broncos.
Well, you just have a look at Willison, tried to come up out of the line and put a hit on Fafita. Then his retreat, he was too wide. Saw it straight away. Randall straight through. Fermor wouldn't get an easier one than that. Runs away from the Broncos.
Well, if Jaden Campbell could kick straight, they'd have a half-century. But today is not a day to be criticising a Titan because he's been as good as most of them. There's Rebecca Frizzell there behind the glass. And I promise you, when they're scoring, they're doing the Macarena or something of that description. They calm themselves down when they realise the camera's about to be on them, but they are so excited. Campbell got that one. They haven't beaten Brisbane today. They have annihilated them.
18 points to 10 at half-time in the way of the Broncos.
It's a club that's, 18 years old. They have made the finals 2 or 3 times. We might be seeing the greatest half in Gold Coast Titans history against Brisbane, finishing off the Broncos. 7 tries to 0, full house. It doesn't get much better than this. And Dave Fafita cops a little facial from Patodi Stags.
Cop that all day, wouldn't you?
10 seconds to get to the half-century. They might have put the cue in the rack now. Maybe not. Kini.
Surrender!
What an afternoon he had. And what an afternoon here on the Gold Coast. One of the great days in Titans history. And for the Broncos, the unthinkable. Out of contention with 5 rounds to go. One of the premiership favourites is just about out. But today is about these Gold Coast Titans, and something is happening here. Des Hasler has turned things around. Down by 14 last week, down by 12 this week. The old Titans would have crumbled. But they have a belief, they have a determination, they have a discipline, and they have excitement as well. What an afternoon. The Titans, 46-18.